There's a saying, and perhaps you've heard it before, that it's easier to fool somebody than to convince them that they've been fooled. I know this all too well because as a young woman, I got duped. At Monday's forum in Bainbridge Township, I shared a story about being pulled into a magic show. Tonight, I want to discuss a different type of deception, and that is the power of propaganda and political discourse. After 9/11, misleading narratives eroded civil liberties and drove us into disastrous wars. I found the disregard for our founding values pretty shocking, even as a teenager at the time. Then, in 2008, as a student in my 20s, I was misled by media-driven rhetoric and pulled a Democrat primary ballot. At least in my opinion, Obama's presidency was a major disappointment. All the things I worried about, he continued the wars, he started new ones, including in Libya, and he further eroded civil liberties, including killing American citizens without trial. It was a lesson for me in the power of propaganda. Of course, none of us, no matter how informed we think we are, how many newspapers, what's up, Anastasia, Amy, no matter how informed we think we are. And frankly, if I could do it all over again, I'd probably pull a Republican ballot, but I'd vote for Ron Paul, who I actually quoted in my speech when I was appointed to the Board of Health. So lately, each morning as I've been driving my kids to school, I pass a yard sign, and it says, "We support democracy, freedom, choice." But I started thinking, what do these words even mean anymore? If you support democracy, does that include backing an unelected party nominee installed by elites? If you support freedom, does that include censoring speech when the government arbitrarily labels it as misinformation or hate speech? And if you support choice, does that exclude the fundamental right to choose medical non-intervention? Do these questions, when I ask them, do they elicit within you a response that's rational or emotional? Why do you think that is? George W. Bush, whose administration briefly kept me away from the GOP, famously misstated, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me, you can't fool me again." Sorry, I was fooled once, and while I can't say I will never be fooled again, I've learned from my mistake and tried to approach prevailing narratives with the skepticism they deserve. I'm Carolyn Brakey, and I would be honored to earn your vote for County Commissioner on or before November 5th. Thank you.